This episode, we're scrubbing through The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. Expect mind games, manipulation, messy power dynamics, and twists that hit like a slam door you absolutely did not see coming. Hi guys, welcome back to Book Size Matters. I'm your host, Angel.
And I'm Edith.
And welcome back.
Another
Happy
episode.
New Year, everybody.
The first episode of the year.
Yes, and we are going to start with a bang. We are starting with The Housemaid, just because the movie came out. The book is still super popular. People are still, it's...
The whole series right now. People
Yes.
are really, binging on
this
series.
And so we thought we'd start with the bang, especially because we want to talk about, the book to movie comparison, the book, the movie. We want to talk about all of it with you guys. So don't forget to comment and let us know what you guys thought about the book, the movie, the comparison, all of it. So we're going to jump right into this episode because we have a lot to unpack.
It's gonna be a long one. Grab your popcorn.
All right, jumping into the love notes. Some quick housekeeping. You saw what I did there?
Where's the sound effect?
Yeah, I know. Quick housekeeping before we start snooping the eerily pristine halls of The Housemaid. We're talking major plot points and big reveals, but not every twist. Consider this a heavy spoiler zone with a little mystery still locked behind a door or two. If you want to go in completely blind, now is your moment to pause and read it first. If not, proceed with caution. We're unpacking the manipulation, the tension, and the moments that made us gasp without fully emptying the House of Secrets. Also, check the trigger warnings. This book plays with power, control, psychological manipulation, and domestic tension in ways that are very intentional and very effective. Protect your heart, protect your peace, and maybe don't listen to this episode while you're home alone at night.
It's a little scary.
This episode is a bit of a remix because both Edith and I read the book, so you're getting two perspectives, two opinionated readers, and zero neutrality. We're also doing a book to movie comparison, which means this episode runs a little longer than usual, but trust, it earns its runtime. Okay, one more thing before anyone asks. Yes, we know we usually live in the romance aisle, and technically, The Housemaid is a psychological thriller. However, there is romance sprinkled in here, and not the cozy kind. It's kind that actively drives the plot, clouds judgment, and raises the stakes in a way only misplaced attraction can. So while this book is light on the spice and heavier on the psychological damage, the romance element is still very much doing the work, which means it still earns its seat at this table. And honestly, if a man being charming is part of the psychological warfare, we're counting on it. All right, rules are bent. Let's proceed. All right, jumping into the dating profile. Let's give you guys all the deets. This book is The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. It is 61 chapters long, plus a prologue and an epilogue. It's approximately 336 pages.
Honestly, for me, it was a very fast one.
The chapters are just really short.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah. Because it's not a very long book. 336 is, I want to say it sits about average.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is a standalone, but there's a series of connected follow-up novels. So it doesn't end in a cliffhanger or anything like that. You can read it on its own and that's that. But it does have connected follow-up books where the character's life continues on. So there's three novels total and one short story that you can read in this interconnected series or whatever.
I know. I'm about to start the third one.
The third one? Did you read the short one too?
Yeah, I did the short one. That was...
That one was like a what the fuck, right?
Yes. I was like, what the fuck was the point of me even...
reading this?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, we could have done without, honestly.
Yeah. 100%. Agree.
If you guys get to that one, let us know what you guys thought, because honestly, like the short one, I was like, what the fuck? Like this
I was expecting more. I know it was short, but I was just expecting something.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all right. So this entire book is in first person point of view with dual perspective, and the split is interesting. Like how the point of views are interesting, because it's not like your typical book.
Yeah.
That they do the point of views. So, and it is a happily ever after, technically, in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's there's a resolvement at the end.
Yeah, where most characters are in agreement. Too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys will see right now when we get to between the covers, okay? All right. So some of the tropes and elements are psychological thriller, unreliable narrator, domestic suspense, power imbalance, secrets behind closed doors, something is very wrong here energy. And the trigger warnings are, that kind of sounded like the trigger warnings.
Yeah, it did, honestly. I was like, wait.
Some of the trigger warnings are reader manipulation, psychological manipulation, emotional abuse, confinement, violence, gaslighting, domestic control themes, and murder. Yes, guys. Murder. And spicy chapters, none. It is a green pepper.
You're like, I'm going to get that one away.
Green pepper, guys. The book.
The book is a green pepper.
We'll get to the rest of the review. Alrighty, so let me jump into between the covers. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Millie Calloway's life was being held together by bad luck, sheer survival instinct, and the kind of desperation that makes you say yes to things that you absolutely should not. She was broke, she was homeless, and she was one bad decision away from sleeping in her car permanently. So when wealthy Nina Winchester offered her a live-in housemaid position, room, and yes, technically it was an attic, but a room is a room, meals, and a paycheck, Millie ignored the deep, twisting pit in her stomach and took the job. Because when you're desperate, red flags don't look red. They just look like flags. Nina Winchester was nice in the way someone is nice when they've never had to worry about money, consequences, or how normal people survive day to day. She floated through life slightly unmoored by reality, wearing designer clothes and mood swings like accessories. The Winchester house itself was massive, immaculate, too immaculate, the kind of quiet that felt intentional, like the walls were holding their breath so they wouldn't reveal any secrets. Millie remembered being awestruck during the interview, convinced that she stepped into a dream, but on her first official day, she wasn't even sure she was in the right house. It looked like a tornado had ripped through it. Garbage everywhere, dishes piled high, nothing in its place. It wasn't elegant chaos. It was deliberate neglect, and Millie stared at the disaster. One thought settled in. This was going to take forever to clean. Then, that's when Nina introduced her husband, Andrew Winchester, and Millie immediately clocked it. He was a lot more attractive than Nina, like unfairly so. Calm, polished, grounded, the exact opposite of his wife's erratic energy. He carried himself like a man who never raised his voice because he never had to. He was charming without trying, humble without effort, a doting husband who looked deeply in love. Millie didn't understand it, but she also wasn't in a position to judge. She was a woman fresh out of prison, clinging to stability with both hands. Settling in turned out to be a generous phrase. Nina swung wildly between warm and welcoming one moment and cruelly condescending the next, clearly enjoying every opportunity to remind Millie of her place. There was the twitch in Nina's eye when Andrew entered a room, the way she refused to make Millie stay even remotely comfortable, and then there was the lock on the outside of the attic door. That alone should have been enough to make Millie leave. And then there was Enzo, the gardener, who leaned close when she arrived and whispered one word in Italian. Pericolo, danger. That should have sent her running. But desperation has a way of convincing you things aren't that bad. She needed the job. She needed the money. And with a prison record, options weren't exactly lining up for her. Nina and Andrew's daughter Cecilia didn't help. If pleasant meant unsettling and quietly hostile, then sure, pleasant. Every interaction felt like a test she was meant to fail. The only person who made Millie feel remotely safe was Andrew. And that was the problem. Nina's behavior escalated quickly. She blamed Millie for messes that she didn't make, accused her of incompetence, gaslit her until Millie started questioning her own memory. Nina cried, screamed, threw tantrums, and then pretended none of it ever happened. Millie wondered if she was losing her mind. And every time she felt like she was spinning out, Andrew was there. Calm, reassuring, steady. In a house where Millie was meant to be invisible, Andrew saw her, and she started noticing things that she shouldn't. His kindness, his attention, the way he made her feel safe. Dangerously safe. She tried redirecting her thoughts. Maybe Enzo. He was attractive in a rugged way, and importantly, not married. But Enzo shut her down immediately, and once again warned her to leave. Dangerous, he said. Millie didn't believe Nina was capable of real violence. She just needed to endure a little longer, save enough money so she can get out. While cleaning one of Nina's disastrous bathrooms, curiosity got the better of her. She checked the medicine cabinet and found orange pill bottles, a lot of them, including an antipsychotic. Suddenly, everything made sense. Then everything fell apart. Nina learned that she couldn't get pregnant. Her spiral intensified. Andrew tried to be strong for her, and Millie, against her better judgment, felt her heart break for him. He'd already stepped in as a father role for Cecilia. Now he'd never have a biological child of his own. Andy wants to make Nina feel better, so he asks Millie to buy tickets to a show that Nina has been dying to see and plan a date just for the two of them. It's meant to be thoughtful, romantic, proof that he's trying, and Millie hates herself a little for the way jealousy immediately creeps in. Because Nina has everything, an incredible house, endless money, and a husband who, despite all of her flaws, and she definitely has many, adores her. Yes, Nina spent time in a mental institution after nearly drowning Cece, a fact that Millie learns with genuine shock. But still, Nina has a life that looks untouchable from the outside. Millie can't help but wonder what it would feel like to be in Nina's place, to be loved like that, protected like that. That's when something shifts. Millie starts noticing the tension between herself and Andrew, the lingering stares, the pauses that stretch just a second too long. She tries to shut it down. She has to. She can't afford to lose this job, and she can no longer pretend her feelings aren't there. So she avoids him, keeps her distance, tells herself she's imagining things, until Nina claims Millie got the dates wrong. Or so Nina says. Nina suddenly can't attend the show, and Andrew insists that Millie goes instead, since Nina will be out of town, conveniently. Millie tries to decline. She really does. But the pull is stronger than her resolve, and against her better judgment, she agrees. The tension spikes immediately. Andrew's eyes stray to her legs. A hand lingers where it shouldn't. Dinner turns into drinks. Drinks turn into too many drinks, and suddenly they're kissing in the back of a cab on the way to a hotel. The line is crossed so easily, it barely feels real. After that, they're careful, quiet, subtle. They move around Nina like they're walking on thin ice, but something about Nina feels knowing, observant, patient, and then without warning, she drops it. Casually, cruelly, she brings up Millie's time in prison in front of Andrew. Nina knew. She had always known. She just waited for the perfect moment to use it. Millie is stunned into silence. Nina knows everything. And in that moment, Millie realizes that she hasn't just made a mistake. She made a dangerous enemy. When Nina spirals into yet another episode, Andrew finally has enough. He tells her he's no longer in love with her. It's not the confrontation Nina wanted. But when she finally leaves, it feels like a weight has lifted from Millie's chest. Andrew is finally hers. Or so she thinks. Not long after Nina leaves, Enzo confronts Andrew. He's worried, suspicious, asking questions that he shouldn't. Andrew, irritated and done with interference, fires him on the spot. Millie manages to corner Enzo alone, desperate for him to explain the danger he's warned her about twice now. But Enzo only tells her to get out. Millie insists Nina is gone. She's safe now. Before Enzo can say more, Andrew returns and orders him off the property. Andrew talks about permanence, about the future, and Millie suddenly, with too much time on her hands, doesn't know what to do with herself, so she tries reading Andrew's books, but her attention keeps drifting to packing, imagining herself moving downstairs into his space and into his life. Andrew comes home to find his books disturbed and Millie mid-pack. He's confused, but instead of questioning it, he distracts her. Millie wakes up disoriented. The attic door won't open. The lock is on the outside. Where is Andrew? Did he do this by accident? Did he lock her on his way out? She doesn't know. All she knows is the door will not budge. She's trapped. Nina, meanwhile, is staying in a hotel. Andrew is back in her house with his new lover, and Nina has never been happier. After 8 years, she finally escaped that asshole. She thinks back to how it all started. She was a graduate student when she got pregnant after a drunken one-night stand. She dropped out and took a receptionist job working for Andrew. One thing led to another, and suddenly he was her hero. Gorgeous, charming, responsible, safe. What more could a struggling single mother want? They were married within months. Andrew was perfect, and all Nina had to do was be perfect in return. She stayed thin, dressed immaculately, always wore white because he loved her in white. Her hair was always done, until one day it wasn't. She hadn't touched up her roots, and that was all it took. Her hair, Andrew reminded her, is a privilege, and actions have consequences. Nina laughed at first. Surely this was a joke. But when Andrew locked her in the attic, reality snapped into place. This man wasn't just controlling. He was unhinged. He demanded a punishment. 100 strands of hair with the roots intact. She complied, except one strand was missing the follicle. Andrew slid the envelope back under the door and told her to start over. All Nina could think about was Cece. Andrew assured her Cece was fine, but Nina was not allowed to be out until she completed her punishment. So she pulled her hair again, 100 strands, and then 10 extra just in case. When Andrew finally let her out, he gave her water, and her vision went dark. She woke up to police screaming, Cece in the bathtub, her phone filled with missed calls, and suddenly Nina was being dragged away, accused of trying to drown her own daughter and kill herself. She was placed in a psychiatric facility. 8 months passed, and Nina started questioning everything. Had the attic even happened? There was no evidence, just storage boxes, nothing to prove her story, except she wasn't crazy, because Andrew locked her in the attic again. And again, for 7 years. Every other month, sometimes less, sometimes more. She never saw it coming, and every time she threatened to leave, Andrew laughed, reminding her of the control he held, of the story he'd built around her. Eventually, Nina did tell someone. She thought Enzo wouldn't understand her English, but she was wrong. Enzo believed her, and because of his sister, because of what she'd endured, he'd refused to let Nina suffer the same fate. Together, they made a plan, and when Andrew caught on, they pivoted. Plan B. Find a replacement. And when Millie came into the picture, she was perfect, especially because of her criminal background. Millie had gone to prison for killing her friend's attacker by accident. She never intended to kill him. She only meant to stop him, to disable him long enough to protect her friend. But the man she killed happened to be the son of an influential family, and intention didn't matter nearly as much as optics. Millie was sentenced to 15 years and served 10. When she got out, she carried that record like a scarlet letter, one that limited her options and made her vulnerable. Nina knew the plan would only work under very specific conditions. Millie and Andrew had to be mutually attracted. Millie had to resent Nina enough to sleep with him, and the opportunity had to present itself naturally. The attraction part was easy. They were both undeniably attractive, and Andrew had a habit of playing the hero. He hated watching Nina belittle Millie. He couldn't stand seeing her treated poorly, and Nina, despite how cruel she was forced to be, knew Millie was genuinely kind. Hurting her wasn't easy, but Andrew had already wrecked Nina, and survival makes monsters of people who had never wanted to be one. The moment Nina learned Millie had gone to the show with Andrew, she knew it was working. Andrew was falling in love, and the plan was complete. She would never have to set foot in the attic again. After everything finally spilled over, Nina and Enzo found comfort in each other, one thing leading to another in the way trauma bonds so often do, but afterward, Enzo couldn't shake the weight of it. He told Nina the truth. This wasn't right. They couldn't leave Millie behind, and Andrew would do the same thing to her. Nina refused. She couldn't go back. She wouldn't go back. And Enzo told her quietly but firmly that if she wouldn't go back for Millie, that he would. Millie, meanwhile, was already suffering the same fate as Nina, just dressed up in a different, more creative punishment, and suddenly everything clicked. Nina hadn't been crazy. She had been calculating. This had been the plan all along. Millie wasn't collateral damage. She was the replacement. And she fell right into the trap. Except hidden nearby, Millie found pepper spray. Had Nina left it for her? Had Nina known this would happen? There was no time to answer those questions. Millie had to act. She completed her punishment, played along, waited, and when Andrew finally let her out, she sprayed him with the pepper spray and locked him in the closet, in the attic. Oh, how the tables had turned. Millie knew she couldn't just walk away. Andrew could call her parole officer, and with a single phone call, Millie knew she couldn't just walk away. Andrew could call her parole officer with a single phone call and had the money, power, credibility, and everybody would believe him over her. So instead, she did the only thing she could. She punished him right back until she figured a way out. When Nina returned, she found Andrew dead. Millie hadn't fully processed what she had done, but Nina didn't hesitate. She told her to run. Nina had put her in this position, and she refused to let Millie go back to prison because of it. As it turned out, the officer assigned to investigate Andrew's death was the father of Andrew's ex-fiancée, and after reviewing the circumstances, he ruled the death mysterious, but no evidence of foul play. Nina could hardly believe it. For once, fate had intervened, and it felt like divine interference. The end. Okay, girl, when I was doing this review, like the report and everything, yeah. I was like, I feel like I've completely forgot how everything went.
Yes. Because now, like, hearing it, I'm like, oh, shit, that did happen. Like, I couldn't, like, I was like, so what happened? It was hard to differentiate what happened in the movie to what happened in the book because we had just watched it so recently.
Yes.
And in the book, we read it, it's been like a month, 2 months?
Yeah, it's been a while. Mm-hmm. I think we did read it like 2 months ago.
Yeah. So that's crazy how now putting it like that, like how different the movie was.
Yeah. But it's crazy because a lot of people are like, oh, it's just like the book. And I was like,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, I mean, in some parts, right?
But I think, again, and we'll get to the movie, okay? Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that we give the book its proper review.
Yes.
So let's start with the book and then we'll go into like the movie book comparison.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so I do have a question for you. At what point would you have packed your bags?
Girl, I would have packed my... Okay, I know I'm desperate.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, obviously, like, desperation makes you do some crazy things.
Yeah, but like when I saw that, like, first of all, you walk in the first day, everything's a mess. Okay, you already know you're dealing with somebody fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you already know. But the moment I walk up to my room and there's a lock outside, absolutely not. I'm out. You're telling me I don't have control, even if you give me the key. What the fuck does the key have to do?
Yeah.
You get me? I can only unlock it if I'm on the outside. But what if I'm in the inside? No, absolutely not. No, thank you. Bye.
I would have quit by chapter 3. I seriously, like,
Right?
But okay, you know what? I think I would have like quit when Enzo straight up told her like danger.
Oh, yes.
Which was her first day. On her first day.
Right before she stepped in, no?
Right before she stepped into the house, he literally was like, well, he told her in Italian, but she looked it up later that day. That same day, she looked it up on her phone, like what it meant, and it literally meant danger.
Oh, yeah, I would have been out. I forgot about that.
I would have been like, if the fucking gardener is telling you, like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust the Italian hottie gardener. Get my bags and leave.
Girl, yeah, I would have just quit on day 1. 2 weeks notice. Never heard of her.
Exactly. Bye. Bye.
Yeah, no, I was like thinking, I'm like, who the fuck would go through it? But I mean, I get it. Like, her situation is like,
She couldn't find a job anywhere else.
she was struggle bus. Yeah, they were paying her really good. She needed a place to stay. So like, I could see why she was kind of like like ignoring the red flags, you know?
Trying to hope for the better.
But honestly, no, with that kind of crazy, like, okay. Also, I feel like, do you think like Nina, I feel like the plan was wobbly at best though. Because there was so many factors that she had no control over. Like, how would Nina think like, she's the perfect candidate, but then like she doesn't know. What if Nina or Millie was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not dealing with your bullshit, and then fucking left. Then her plan was like falling apart.
But I think she was also desperate.
You know what? Yeah, and she was probably writing on the fact that like she knew Millie was desperate, and was like, this, like she's not getting a job anywhere else, especially because she did take a couple weeks to give Millie a call back. Remember? Like, she didn't call her right back like, hey, we're giving you the job. She like still took her time to like offer her the job. And I think it was because she probably wanted to wait and see how desperate Millie was going to be. Yeah. And Millie gave herself up right away when she was like, I could start right now.
Yeah, like, exactly.
But you know what? In the book, she does say, oh, I could start tomorrow. But still, like, when you're saying like, I could start like right away, it's like, it kind of comes off as like, oh,
desperate.
Little desperate.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they were just both desperate, and it worked in her
yeah, obviously it did. It worked out in her favor. Okay, next question. Who did you trust first, and why were you wrong?
Okay. You know what? Okay, so this is the thing. I'm always so weary when at first they paint like this a certain character wrong. You get me?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this whole book is like so many chapters in, right? And I'm like, so many chapters. I'm in a couple chapters, and you're telling me the wife is acting like cuckoo crazy. I'm like, I don't know about that. There's more behind that, you know?
Yeah.
So inmediatamente, I like, even though the husband, Andrew, whatever his name is, was like, oh, doing all these nice things, I'm like, I don't like him. Like, something about him. Yeah. Like, why is she cuckoo crazy? And why is he still with her?
You're probably like, what did he do to make her that way?
Yeah, bitch. I was like,
even though technically she wasn't that crazy.
No,
you know?
Exactly. But I'm just like, he's still with her though.
Yeah.
So, why?
What's like, going on there? Yeah.
What do they have to hide? I don't know. And then the guard, like, at first, Enzo, I was just like, oh, okay. But he warned her, though.
Yeah, so but I also, like, honestly, I also thought something was off with him. Yeah. I was like, something's off with him. Yeah. Like, the way I don't know, he was kind of being weird.
Yeah.
Like, you would also think that he'd try to, like, be more helpful, because he was kind of unfriendly in the beginning. Like, he wasn't trying to talk to her. He was ignoring her. Like,
He didn't want anything with her.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But
I didn't trust anybody.
You said I didn't trust
I didn't even trust Millie. Millie,
Girl, she was so unreliable.
Yes.
I was like, this girl's a hot mess. Like, yeah, I didn't trust any of them, especially Cece.
Oh, yeah.
That little witch.
Yes.
She was such an asshole.
Yes, she was. She was with her bologna sandwich or whatever.
She said, I said abalone.
I'm like, okay, girl.
I was like, what the fuck is an abalone?
Yeah,
like,
I was like, okay, girl, go with your abalone.
No, dude, the first time when she freaking... So there's a scene, guys, where, like, she was like, I'm hungry, I want a snack. So Millie makes her, like, these, like, Ritz crackers with peanut butter and banana. And then she goes, you're trying to kill me. She starts acting all crazy because she's like, you're trying to kill me. I'm allergic to peanut butter. But there's, like, a giant fucking jar of peanut butter sitting in the pantry.
Exactly.
And then she's, like, crying to her mom, like, Millie tried to kill me. Like, being so fucking dramatic. And I'm like, bitch... Nobody was trying to fucking kill you. Like, if somebody literally ran to their parent trying to, like, that looks so bad.
Yes.
When a little kid goes running off telling their parent that you're trying to kill them, like, girl.
Yeah, that does.
Like, honestly, though, I think if I was Nina, I would have already fired her. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My kid tells me that you're trying to kill them?
But she got a plan.
Yeah. So, anyways, kind of going off of that, though. Another question I had was Cece in on Nina's plan? Or was she just a little shit? Because why was Cece always making, like, Millie's life fucking miserable?
I don't know. I feel like she was in the plan.
Dude,
honestly.
but, like, honestly, the book never fucking reveals. In the book, she never reveals, like, she was in on it too, but, like, it kind of seemed like she was in on the plan too because...
She was a little bitch. She was a little bitch.
Dude, and, like, she would, like, just, like, her, like, commentary and everything, I was like, dude, this girl, like, seems like she's in on the plan.
Yeah.
To, like, because otherwise, why are you being so mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I think so, too. Even though never said it.
Yeah, they never said that. I honestly feel like, I don't know. Which is interesting. You haven't gotten to the last book, though. Mm-mm. Okay. Once you get to the last book, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Someone makes a comeback.
Ooh.
Anyways, though. Did I have any other questions? I don't know. Was there anything that stood out to you, girl? Because I know you said, like, that book kind of got you out of your reading slump.
Yeah, I did.
It got you out of your reading slump. So
I definitely recommend. Even, like, you know, you did an awesome retelling. Angel can't fit the whole freaking book in here.
Yeah.
You guys need to read it. Even if you know already how it's going to... Like, if... I definitely would tell you, like, go read it. It's such a good book.
There's so many, like things that, like... Like, little things where, like, when Nina is acting crazy and, like, you're not even really expecting it, and then out of nowhere, it's like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Like, it's just, I didn't give you all, like, the fucking twists and turns of, like, the shit that kind of, like, happens. I kind of just gave you an oversight of, like, Nina's craziness, and, like, I gave you the main things, you know, but there was just so much to fit in.
Yeah. But something that stood out to me, I don't know, because the book was so good. Overall, it was just so good. I did kind of like, was it towards the middle or more? Before what's her name's part? Nina's. Like, I kind of already had a feeling of, like, oh, fucking Andrew's a fucking bitch. Like, I kind of already, like, it wasn't those, for me, it wasn't those books that, oh my God, like, I did not know. I didn't see what was coming. Like, I kind of saw it.
You saw it coming? Yeah. Me too. I think, but also I think it's part of, like, pattern recognition, because I do think, like, you know, I've seen enough movies, read enough books where, like, you can kind of see it coming. Oh, yeah. There's some stuff that I think, there's one book that really fucking shocked me where I was like, what the fuck? I did not see that coming at all. But, like, no, this one, I feel like I kind of saw it coming. Yeah. Like, also, yeah, like you said, he was too calm. She was too erratic, and it was kind of like, why are you still with her? And especially because, like, Millie made it a point to point out, like, you know, in her inner monologue, how, you know, Nina is like older than Andrew, and she's also like overweight. She even points out like her double chin, and like, you know, like she points out that like obviously she's a good looking woman because of money. Like Millie literally said like she did the best she could with money. You know, like she's attractive, but obviously like he's like levels above her attractive, you know, like he could have had anybody type of shit, you know, but like, and that kind of made me question it too, like, okay, why is he with her? I mean, I get it, you know, like people can be in love and not give a shit, but also true. Like she was fucking crazy. It wasn't like she was, you know, like a mid looking girl and then she was like the best personality. No, like she was literally acting crazy. Yeah. And not only that, but like the house was atrocious. Like, how did he not? And that was another thing too that kind of threw me. I'm like, this man locked her in a fucking attic for letting her roots grow out. But I was like, but the house became that fucking messy and didn't lock her?
That's true.
Right? Okay. And not only that, but like when she started gaining weight, how come he didn't lock her in the attic for that too?
Exactly. That's true.
So there was I had a lot of questions. I'm like, there's a lot of shit that don't add up for me because you mean to tell me she got locked in the attic for her fucking roots, but the minute she let herself go, quote unquote, she let herself go. She let the household go. There was a lot of things that like she just kind of gave up on. Like Nina was like, I don't give a fuck anymore, you know? But she started doing those things before Millie was hired. So why didn't she get locked up for any of those other things?
Yes, that wasn't his trigger. The roots, to me, that's hilarious how the roots were the first trigger.
For me, the craziest thing was the fucking books for Millie.
Oh my God, yes.
I feel like, okay, the trigger, like the roots, yes, stupid as fuck, but like,
I guess he
cares about his image, you know?
Appearance. But then doesn't care about how clean the house is. Okay, whatever.
But the books?
Yeah.
And like especially because like Nina let the house go that badly, but the fucking books que nomás estaban así un poquito like out of place. Like all of a sudden he's like, you need to learn your lesson? Man. That guy is fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Like,
what would you have done if you were in that situation? Like, you were deep into it. Mm-hmm. You were Millie. You already, like, head over heels for this guy.
But that wouldn't be me because I could not get involved with the married man, okay?
Okay, yes. So that's the first thing, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, fucking Millie, what are you doing with the fucking married man?
Most of the time of the book, I was like, Millie, what the fuck, girl? Like,
yes. Like, this man is married. Like, oh, my God. But, okay. Set that aside, okay? Let's say, like, you literally had no morals, right?
And no morals.
You get involved with this married man, right? Yeah. And you're at the place where he, you put the books, like how Millie did.
Okay.
And he locked you up.
He locked me in the attic, okay.
What would you do?
Well, honestly, I don't even think Millie's punishment was that bad. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Not the book one.
Not the book one. Again, we're talking about the book. Because we'll get into the movie. Putting books on your stomach, like, I think what I would have done is I would have just played along. And I feel like my survival instinct is play along as long as you can until you're in a position where you can find a safe out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that's what I would have done. But also, Millie had a good point. Because all he had to do was call her parole officer and her ass could be thrown back in jail.
Honestly, throw me back in jail. Throw me fucking back in jail.
I would take jail over this guy.
Yes, I would. Like, I fucking can't, like, yeah, throw me back in jail. If that's how it's gonna end up. But I think I would play the part until I fucking could get out of it. But either...
I mean, she could have ran to the police station, like, right away and been like, you know, make it out and make it a point to be like, oh my God, like, I just fucking left. Like, this fucking guy is crazy. He locked me up.
But then he's a man with influential power. We're talking about the whole community.
That's
adores
so true.
Him.
Doesn't
think
true.
that about him. You see, you're in a fucked situation.
Yeah.
And you are still on parole, ma'am. You get me? Like,
yeah, people are not going to believe you.
Yeah, no.
They're going to believe him.
Exactly. 100%. And he's a white man, too.
You're right.
On top of that.
You're right.
No.
Right.
So.
You know, sidebar here. In the movie, do they ever mention that Millie's name is Wilhelmina? I feel like they didn't.
No, but they say it, right? When she tries to get when she's arrested.
Do they? I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know.
Okay. Next, I have another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Nina, do you think... Hold on. Where's my question? Sorry, I had to wrote down a question. Oh, where did it go?
It went missing.
Okay, right here. Here we go. Nina versus Andrew. Who is more dangerous and why?
Oh, that one's hard.
Nina and Andrew. Who is more dangerous and why? Because Nina was calculating as fuck.
Yes.
The way she
literally she played it so well to have herself replaced. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then, like, the way she fucking acted the crazy part. Mm-hmm. Like, girl, you fucking sold me because, like, when I was reading it, I'm like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I literally was like, dude, one of the first scenes when she's, like, throwing shit everywhere in the kitchen, like, you know, like, because she's like, my fucking PTA notes are missing or whatever. I was like, whoa, this bitch is crazy. Like, why are you looking in the fridge?
Rich people problems. Like, PTA notes. Get the hell out of here. Okay.
No, I was like, this bitch is crazy.
No, yeah.
I was like, she played that role so fucking good. Like, honestly, she deserves, like, a psychological case study. Like... like the way
I'm wondering how, like, she is very calculated to the point where it's like out of desperation, you know, she came up with this whole plan. You get me? I'm like, why didn't she just off him?
Even took a step for... No, she didn't because
of her daughter. Her
daughter. That's why she even went as far as thinking, you know what? Once Millie's in my place, because I know damn right she's gonna end up there. She's like, let me put this little pepper spray up here in this bucket.
To give her advantage.
Because she knew what was going to happen. Like, the way she calculated everything, she was kind of like, literally everything kind of fell into place. Like, she knew how far everything was going to go. Yeah. And she was low-key hoping Millie would fucking just off him for her.
Yeah, basically. She found the perfect replacement that would not only replace her, but also end him. She's a calculated woman.
Who is more dangerous?
I think Nina.
I think so too, because she was playing fucking chess.
Yeah. Well, over here, Mr. Andrew was playing checkers. Like, you got me mad, let me fucking punish you. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Motherfucker. But you get me? Like, he wasn't doing it, like, long term. Like, he wasn't... The only long term one that I got was when he did that to Nina with her... Crazy, with her kid.
Yes,
that was fucking evil as shit.
That was super evil because, like, why also, like, if you really thought that Cece was like your own child, why the fuck would you drown her or put her in that fucking situation to begin with?
He's evil. He was evil. He was just dark. But I think when it comes to, like, oh my god, like, they could do some... I mean,
well, you know what also was kind of calculating on Andrew's part, though? How every time Nina made a new friend, he would, like, reach out to them and be like, hey, you know, like, she's unwell. Like,
I forgot that.
Yeah, like, she's unwell. Like, let me... Like, basically, he made all of her friends a spy for him.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of, you know, but...
It's crazy. And then he used his charm.
But also, yes, I was going to say he heavily relied on his charm. And I think... That's just that fucking mediocre white man energy where they just like...
Just make him ugly, bro. He won't have the same power.
He said just make him... But even
he's
then...
He's going to have to rely on something else than his...
Yeah.
And his
pretty privilege is real.
Yeah, no, it is. Not exactly for that exact situation.
But not only that, okay, I just feel like there's a lot of men who, like, they think they're untouchable just because, like, they can manipulate situations a certain way, especially, like, a straight white wealthy man.
Yeah.
Like, who he probably thinks, like, he's untouchable because he's like, oh, like, I just got to talk to a few people and we'll get this okay.
But no.
All right. Was Millie ever truly powerless or just underestimated?
Oh, I think she was just underestimated.
Same.
I don't think she was ever powerless. Like, she knew exactly what she is capable of.
Yeah. I mean, and also the girl was from fucking Brooklyn. Like,
yeah. That too. I just think they just didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Nina kind of knew because of her history.
Yeah.
But Andrew did not.
He was probably like, that one probably, yeah.
Especially like how in the book, like she's evil too, Millie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like even after she got out, like she was able to get out. She was like, nah, I need payback.
Yeah. Yeah, she literally was like, I'm fucking hungry. She's like, I need to get out of here. I need to go eat.
Let me go eat and then get my fucking revenge.
Yeah, I'll come back. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, does the ending feel justified or unsettling?
The way that he died and...
Like, do you think everything was justified? Like, the way Millie turned the tables on him and was like, okay, well, now you're the one that's, like, being put in this place. And then obviously leads to his death.
Yeah.
Or is it kind of like, fuck, like, it's kind of a fucked up situation. Is it justified or unsettling?
Can I do, like, a mixture of both? Because I feel like not until he got, like, he was like that basically from the clues from the book because of his childhood, right? Because it seems like his mom treated him like that. So he's whatever. Like, it came from his child. Like, it started from his childhood.
Yeah, guys, at the end of the book, like, literally the mom, she wasn't even really hurt, like, that he was passed away. Like, she was just like, oh, he's missing teeth. Like, teeth are a privilege. I'm glad you took matters into your own hands.
Yeah.
Like, bitch.
Like, yeah, exactly. So that just tells you his mother was like that. It kind of gives you, like, oh, why
it gives you an insight into how fucked up things fucking are.
Yeah, exactly. Do I think he should have died for that? He didn't kill anybody, right? He was just...
He didn't kill nobody, no. But this is...
He should have gone to jail.
But this is for sure, like, abuse.
Yeah. He should have fucking paid for that, and gone to fucking jail and suffered a long time. It's just, death is crazy. You get me? Death is crazy. Especially the death that he had in the book. Like, he had to, like, pull out...
In the book?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When he pulled out, like, his tooth,
because he basically
another one
in the book. Okay, in the book, he basically died from like dehydration, not eating, bleeding out. Like, it was a slow fucking death. Because in the movie, that's a different.
Yeah,
that was totally different, guys. But in the book, it was slow and painful. But I mean, también ella, she just was like, I don't know what. Like, I think she just didn't know what to do. Like, even honestly, in the book, she's like, I don't know what to do because she knew she was gonna get in trouble. She was fucked. Yeah, she was fucked. I think she just was like, oh, I'm already gonna go to jail. Might as well just prolong my freedom. Yeah, for a little bit. But yeah, do I think he should have died? No. Do I think he should have paid for everything he did? Well, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Like, all the abuse and torment he did, I think it should have been. He got a taste of it, but I feel like obviously he died, so it wasn't as long as all those years that Nina endured. You get me? So, and she did put up with it for a while too. It was like, what, 8 years or something?
It's because of her daughter. That's true. Like that. He put her in a sticky situation. So, yeah. What about you?
Okay. What?
Do you think it's justified or unsettling?
I mean, like you said, like, he didn't actually, like, kill anyone. Like, I think he just got off on the power dynamic, and, like, I think maybe, like, because of his upbringing, like, his mom probably, like, made him feel, like, emasculated and, what's it called? Like, embarrassed. ashamed. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot there, you know, that we obviously don't know about. But at the end of the day, like, you're a fucking adult. Like, you have to control your fucking, like, behavior. And this man was like, I'm just gonna take it out on these, like, poor helpless women, like, because that's how he saw them. Like, he was such a fucking guy. Like, he saw these women
like,
as
I'm a hero and I'm gonna help them be better.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help them. Like, I'm gonna be their savior. Like,
That
what a
savior
fucking complex, you know? Like, and so I think that also, like, it's hard because, like, he didn't actually kill anybody. So it's like, you can't say it's an eye for an eye. But, like, the fucking revenge. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, he fucking deserved the fucking revenge because, like, eye for an eye kind of thing. Like, bro, like, you fucking made these, like, you tortured these girls. And they're kind of, like, you know, doing it back to you. But I don't know about the death. I just think that she was in a shitty situation.
Yeah.
And, like, there was really no way out. Like, I honestly don't know how she could have gotten out of that one.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think it's a mixture of both because he was a shitty fucking person, but, like, death, I don't know if he deserved death, you know? But also, I think if I were Nina, I'd probably want him dead too.
Oh yeah, because he's not gonna stop.
No, like, the abuse, and not only that, but, like, he put Cece in a position where she could have fucking drowned in the tub.
He didn't give a fuck.
So
it was all, like, performative.
I think if I were Nina, I could see why she thinks death would be justified. I think because, like, as a mother, you know, and, like, and you know, again, like, you know, when you're a victim of abuse, like, you don't know what's going on up there. Like, cada cabeza es un mundo, you know, like, you don't know. I think objectively I'm able to speak and be like, you know, maybe it wasn't justified, but that's because I wasn't in that actual fucking position. So I don't know. For me right now, I don't know that death would have been justified, but he definitely fucking deserved that revenge.
All his teeth.
He said all the teeth. Okay. All right. So overall, final thoughts. What do you think about the book?
I love the book. It was a great book.
It was a great book?
It was a great book. I really, really enjoyed it. I just ate it up like nothing.
It's just interesting because I don't think I've seen you, like, well, besides the other one. Which one's the one that you were like?
The one that I'm reading the second book?
Yeah.
Fourth Wing?
There you go, that one. I was like, I don't think I've seen you being, like, that into a book. Yeah. You know?
I know. Yeah, me either. So it was a nice surprise. And it was, like I said, it got me, like, out of a reading slump. So it was really good.
So what rating do you give it? Because it might be different than mine.
I give it, because I think also because it got me out of my reading slump. I think not a 5.
Oh, okay.
But almost there. Oh, between a 4.5 to 4.75.
Get the fuck out of here.
Can't choose. It's because the only reason why I wouldn't give it a 5, this is the only reason, because I really, really enjoyed it, was because I predicted what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You get me?
I was going to say, it was a little predictable, you know?
But a lot of people did it, and that's great, you know? But I feel like if I didn't know what was going to happen, I think I'd give it a 5-star. For sure. But because I kind of already knew, like, I don't know, I got a feeling, inklings, or whatever, context clues, yeah.
I honestly think it's pattern recognition.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's because but then again, like, I think this was my first, like psychological thriller read.
Yeah, but you've also seen a lot of movies. That's true. Like,
That's true. A lot of shows.
You know, and what do they say? That there's only, like, there's only a limited amount of plots, like, actual fucking plots, you know? And I feel like you know, most plots you're able to fucking figure out right away. Good. For me, I gave it a 4. It was I thought it was good. Like, I literally was like, what the fuck? I did stay up late a few times, or I might have stayed up, like, I think I read it in, like, 2-3 days. So I can't even say I stayed up a few nights. But I did stay up late, like, reading it, because I was just like, I'm, like, curious to know how this is going to play out and if I'm right. I was right. But again, I give it a 4 because like I personally didn't have like a book hangover. I think a book deserves a true 5 when I have a book hangover. Yeah. When I'm like, what the fuck do I do with myself after I finish reading this book? And this was not one of those. Yeah. This was one of those I was like, that was good. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's it was good, you know? And it was a fun read. I liked being mentally abused a little bit because you were kind of like, you know, I think it was throwing me with like some of the stuff that Nina was like throwing at her. I think that's what kind of was like, I was like, damn, this bitch is crazy. I think that's what kept me going. Like, this bitch is crazy. Like, 1 minute where she's giving her the clothes and I'm like, watch, this bitch is later going to be like, she's stealing my clothes. And then sure enough.
Yes, girl. I was like, oh, don't take that, Millie. Like, she going to come back at you.
She's going to come back and be like, oh my gosh, she's like stealing my clothes or whatever, you know? And then like, just like little shit like that where I was like, this bitch is like crazy. Like or where she was like, walks in on her and she was like, clean the sink again. Is this how you normally clean?
I know.
Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, she's so weird. Or like, just like, dude, the nerve to even leave like a fucking bloody tampon on the floor.
Oh my God, yeah. I forgot about that, girl. You see, if I was Millie, I would have started recording all my, like, once I sense crazy, I would have started recording, secretly recording everything. Like, the fuck?
But and then Nina fucking had, like, access to her phone or something? Like, she was, like, tracking her on her phone. Yeah,
something like, because she gave her a phone, you know?
Yeah.
And it was, like, you could track it, whatever. She should have known, too. Like, girl, that's the first thing I already know you're tracking me through if you gave me a phone. The fuck?
All right. So, and the spice rating again, I said green pepper, guys.
Yeah, definitely no
the movie has a different rating though. Yeah. But the book is a green pepper because there are no spicy sheens.
How did you say it? It's called?
It's a fade to black. A fade to black because basically they kiss and then it just kind of goes into like, it insinuates what happens and then it's like you get no details. Like you are behind closed doors. You don't see what's happening. You have no front seat. You're waiting outside until they get their business done.
Yeah. And then moving along with your day.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into the book versus the movie. Because I think we went to go watch this movie and me and you were kind of like, that was good. Like, honestly, it was good.
It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. But I don't agree with a lot of people when they say that the movie was better than the book. I don't think I can ever say that. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. There was one movie where it was better than the book. And it was this book called Speak. I forgot who the author is because... the book, I just remember it being really fucking slow. And when I watched the movie, Kristen Stewart is in it. She was like really young in this. It's an older movie. But the, what's it called? But the movie, I honestly felt like the movie was better than the book. But that's the only one that I can like hand on the Bible say that the movie is better than the book. But it's because like, I feel like for time's sake, like there's a lot of shit that you cannot fit into a movie because it's like these movies are gonna be fucking like hours long.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
that's true. And then people's attention spans are really short nowadays. So.
Yeah. Which is crazy because like, have you seen that funny meme that's like, would you watch a 10-hour long movie? And they're like, no, what the fuck? They're like, okay, but what if we broke it into like 1 hour segments and it's basically a TV show, you know? And they're like, I could do that.
You see?
So like, I honestly feel like even this, they could have, instead of making it a movie, they could have deadass made it a show.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They could have made it like one of those like limited series where it's like fucking 10 episodes long or something, you know?
Give me all the details.
Like, give me all the psychological abuse because like, I feel like on screen, it would have played out so much better. Yeah. If we would have gotten all the context, all the details, because one thing we noticed is, you know, book to movie comparison, like there was certain timelines that they had just for like time's sake, obviously, they had to change the timelines of when these things happened. Like, for example, when Nina was like, oh, she's gonna have a baby or whatever, right? Like, That doesn't, in the movie, she fucking tells Millie she's gonna have this baby right away at the interview or some shit like that. Or the yeah, it was the interview, right?
Yeah.
At the interview, but she doesn't actually tell Millie about like trying to have a baby. And she doesn't even tell Millie that she was pregnant. She told her that she was trying to have a baby. She tells her like, you know, when she's getting rid of her clothes, which is that fucking chapter was like really in there.
Yeah.
That's when she tells her, you know. But in the movie, like the reason why Nina's getting rid of her clothes is because she's like, oh, I'm giving up on the fact that I'm ever going to get pregnant again. So I just might as well get rid of these clothes or something. Right. Exactly. But it's crazy how they flipped that in the movie to the book, you know?
Yeah. And it's so weird. And even the actors, for example, like in the movie, in the book, they make it a big deal that, you know, Nina was gaining weight. Like she was heavier set. She was older and heavier set, or like heavier, you know, than. And in the movie, it did not portray that at all.
No, at all. Because what is her name? Amanda Seinfeld or whatever, Seinfeld, the actress, beautiful girl. Like honestly, like I think they got the age right.
Yeah,
I think the age was right. But for sure, like that girl was skinny. What are you talking about? She's fucking overweight. Like the way Millie describes Nina is like she has a double chin. Like she's like 50 pounds on her. You know, like she's 50 pounds heavier than her. Like she makes it a point to point out her weight multiple times throughout the book. And then at one point, the friends, when they're having that like little fucking tea party or whatever, they're, you know, like even the friends were like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Like she's gaining. But they said that in the movie too, like, oh, she's gaining weight, or like, oh, I really thought she was pregnant. But I'm like, bitch, where?
Yeah, me too.
Literally where? Like, you're making women fucking self-conscious because if she was supposed to be overweight, like, what the fuck does that say about your average woman?
Yeah, exactly. So I was just a little like, what the hell? She did a great acting, but I was a little like thrown off by that.
Yeah.
And also like, all right, this is a big question. All right.
Okay.
Do you think Sydney Sweeney was the perfect actor for Millie?
No, not at all. Like, and you know, and I don't like the girl. I think it's obvious. Like, I don't like the girl.
It's biased.
It's biased. I'm biased. But again, this whole episode is fucking biased. That's what the show is about. It's our opinion. I don't like the girl. But I feel like they could have done better because even when I was reading the book, like, I just didn't see her. Like, it just didn't mesh.
Me either.
Like, and I feel like, and not only that, but, okay, I need to stop snapping. I feel like I have a snapping thing right now. Millie's supposed to have a fucking New York accent. Sydney had no fucking New York accent.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
like,
so
the
true.
girl is from fucking Brooklyn. Like, Millie, I think to me, like, Millie was a little more hood.
Yeah.
Like, Sydney gives zero hood.
Just
vibes.
tits.
Just fucking tits. But you know what? Like, I was actually reading the you know, when I was doing my review, and you know how we were like, dude, what was the point of the fucking tits? In the one scene where she's on the couch watching the fucking show with Andrew.
Yeah.
You know, I think we were just being haters because she actually does point out the fact that she had no bra on. Like, I was reading the book and it was like she kind of felt self-conscious about the fact that, like, so her boobs are kind of like a character in that part because
I remember, like, in the book I read that she was in minimal clothing, like she was like showing a lot, but
no, she wasn't wearing a bra, so she was kind of like, oh fuck, like I'm not wearing a bra type of shit. And so, like, obviously her, you know, like her outfit was an inappropriate thing, but like even the shower scene, like that was unnecessary.
That was an unnecessary like
addition to the movie. Like, they could have
no point.
There was no fucking point to that. And also, like, I think one of the biggest things too is like the movie was not a fade to black. We saw fucking ass and titties. Like, ass and titties, guys.
They had to because it's Sydney Sweeney and they needed to get the male attention.
And not only that, I feel like sex sells. Like, as much as people like to fucking play prudes and talk about, like, well, why do they fucking have to, like, show, like, especially men like to fucking comment of, like, why do girls feel the need to show their ass and titties? And it's like, because that's what you fucking want. That is literally what you want. That is what you want, you know? And so Yeah, the movie, I would give it like 2 chili peppers.
It didn't like.
The spice was 2-3 chili peppers
Mm-hmm.
because they kind of like they gave way more than the fucking even book offered.
They showed her tits and they showed a lot of his ass.
Yeah, they showed a lot of his ass. His ass, and they didn't even show her ass that much because I'm pretty sure like his ass is perkier than hers.
Yeah.
Like he probably had more ass than her.
Yeah, 100%. So that's. I just feel like in the movie there were like the shower scene and then the sex scene. I think that those were like, like, como te, intentionally curated for her as an actor.
Yeah.
As Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. But I also feel like they would have done it even if she wasn't the actress.
Really? I think they still would have done like a sex scene. I don't think they would have included like maybe a shower scene.
Yeah, maybe
You
not
get
the
me?
maybe not the shower scene. But
That
like
was pointless.
yeah, that one was really fucking pointless.
So
But the sex scene, I think they would have. Like, whether it was her or someone else, I think they would have done it. Like, because they know sex sells.
yeah.
Now, question for you. Is Nina's manipulation more obvious on screen or on page?
Obvious.
It says, yeah, is her manipulation more obvious on screen than on page? I have my answer already. I think her manipulation is more obvious on screen. Because in the book, she is way fucking crazier. When I was like reading it, like the way she played it so fucking well. Like, you know, like, okay, in the movie, remember when she's not wearing, like, I think it's like her first day and she's not wearing the glasses anymore that she wore to the interview. In the movie, Nina goes like, oh, you're not wearing glasses. And then she goes, oh, yeah, like, I don't always wear them. I wear contacts, whatever, right? And then like, Nina just goes like, well, you look better without them anyways. Or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, she did, huh?
She said that. In the book, she goes, like, she acts more offended. Like, why the fuck aren't you wearing your glass? Like, I was lied to. Type of shit. Like, I was lied to. And then she literally goes and says, like, oh, well, you should probably wear them more often. You look better with them. Like, it was complete 180. And so, like, I feel like her villainy is, I think, it shows more on paper than it did in the movie.
100, yeah.
So true. I think in the book, I think the movie was made it more obvious, like, of her manipulation, you know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain.
No, that makes sense.
Because even, like, the microaggressions, right? Like, even the microaggressions when, like, the part where Millie was like, oh, like, Andrew's really nice or something like that. And she goes, yeah, you think so? Like the way she was like, oh, you think so? Like, he's nice?
I think that's because of, like, also, like, in the movie, because we had such a short time, like, they had to, like, create these big moments, and we missed out all the little parts of, like, Nina on the book. You get me? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, definitely, like, I feel like her like, meanness, it's more, it came out more in the book.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, in the movie, like, in the movie, she is mean, but not as much as, like, it was in the book.
No, that's true. She didn't have, like, that much. I don't know. I guess that build up.
Or even, like, the eye twitching. Just, like, the part where she was, like, her eye was twitching because, like, Nina, you could tell, was a little bit jealous of, like, well, I think she made it that way, right? Like, she played a part, like, of Millie and Andrew, like, even just being casual with each other. Like, yeah, in the movie, she did kind of act like, you know.
But it wasn't as, I don't know, mean. Wicked. So.
All right. So, let's talk about, hold on, I have another thing. The book's slow burn versus the movie's need for visual shock moments. Do you think that, do you think the movie, like, kind of justified the book? Like, do you think it did it justice?
I don't think any movie does a book justice. That's my fucking thing, bro. Like, am that person that literally is like, will always say like, the book is better than movie, because there's so many details that I know for the movie, for time's sake, they have to take away. You get me? Or they have to change. But it's those little details that make that book so good.
Yeah.
So if I came into this and watched it without reading the book, I think
you would have been like, dang, that was so
such
good.
a good movie. But because I went in this like with already read the book, I don't know, I was like, oh, they forgot that. Oh, why they switch that?
Dude,
like I was just like I was sitting next to you, right? And
we just kept looking at each other like, bitch, that's not how it happened.
Yeah. And it's like, because you like a book so much, like you want to see it portrayed in screen, that's the same way that it was in your mind. You get me? And to see like, that's why like the movie was good. Would I say it's fucking great? No, but I think part of that is because I read the book. I feel like I would give the movie a much better rating if I didn't read the book.
That's true. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts, Edith?
Well, what was your favorite scene from the movie that wasn't in the book?
In the movie that wasn't in the book?
Yeah, like something that you're like, they changed in the movie, but you're like, you know what, this was good.
Oh,
like, even
I know it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, we didn't even bring up the fact that they fucking did Enzo dirty.
Oh my God, yes.
They did Enzo dirty. He had like what? Fucking 3 little tiny scenes.
He had 2 seconds on screen.
They fucking cut him out completely. But honestly, I feel like what I was telling Edith is I feel like they're setting it up for the second movie.
Yeah.
Like that's why they didn't give, like a smaller actor the role, because he's going to have, if you continue the series, like he has a much bigger role in the second movie or the second book and the third book and the short story. But they did him dirty. Like, honestly, like in the book, like even in my retelling, like he had a bigger part in the plot than he did in the movie. Okay, back to the question. I just had to mention that they did him dirt. They did Enzo dirty. What was the question?
He didn't even say danger in the movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, he didn't even say danger. When I'm like, but I think they did that on purpose. We didn't even talk about the punishment.
Oh yeah, the punishment was different.
Yes, guys. Okay, hold on. In the movie, Enzo basically warns Millie not once, not twice, 3 fucking times. Yeah. And he basically doesn't even, in the movie, he only warns her 1 time, and it's when Nina's gone. Yeah. It's like the very, once she's fucked, basically. Yeah. Like, that was it. That was it. And, like, he only gets a couple, like, scenes, and they're, like, really quick. Like, he doesn't really get nothing. But anyways, punishment was fucking different, because in the book, remember the whole book situation with Millie? In the movie, she broke fucking plate, like these like her fucking like his mom's china, or like what is it, like antique china or some shit like
heirlooms. That. They were like heirlooms.
They're family heirlooms or whatever. And she like fucking broke the plates because she got scared by Enzo, right? And then he gets all mad because she broke it. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like it was an accident. But then like she puts it in a bag because he's like, oh, I have a good plate guy. I have a good... Who has a plate guy?
Somebody that's rich, bro.
And who fucking has a plate guy? But anyways... And then, like, because she didn't actually, like, rinse off the plate, he got all fucking butthurt and was like, you didn't even fucking bother cleaning them. So he, like, fucking locks her up in the attic because of that. And then makes her, like, take one of the shards of the glass and then cut her stomach. And that's why it gets all bloody and shit, because... In the book, that's not at all what happened.
No.
In the book, it was, like, she just had to... put books on her fucking stomach.
Yeah.
And
like hours, right?
For like hours, yeah. And for like 3 hours, or it was several hours.
Yeah.
And obviously, like in real life, like, I mean, that shit's not gonna be as bad as fucking cutting yourself. Like,
or like Andrew's death.
Oh my God, we almost skipped that part.
So in the part where, because that does happen where, like, you know, she manages to get out. in the movie is because Nina left like a butter knife.
Yeah, the fucking little knife instead of a pepper spray.
Yeah, which I was like, okay. Well, she gets out, leaves him in there, and what was his thing? In the book, she basically at first Millie tells him the same punishment that she had, but he had to stack the books on his dick.
Yeah, which
right, but she obviously didn't have enough with that. She kept on going
because she was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And so then she ends up the whole teeth thing too.
Yeah, she ends up doing the tooth, and she's like, pull one tooth, that's not enough, pull another one.
Yeah, in the movie he only pulls out like one tooth, right? But then she even like starts breaking the fucking plates, like the rest of the plates in the china or whatever, the heirlooms
in the movie.
Yeah.
But in the book, she dies because of dehydration and stuff. It locked up in the room.
Yeah, locked up in the room.
He never got out.
Yeah, and in the movie, Nina goes back, but also like Cece all of a sudden had a fucking like even in the way they played it from the beginning, because remember she was like, well, you don't have to be my friend.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, well, I want to get to know you. You know, like they kind of made her nicer in the movie, because in the fucking book she is not that nice. No, and then she's like, we can't leave Millie behind. When in reality it was fucking Enzo who told Nina, who by the way, Nina and Enzo end up hooking up.
In the book,
and then fucking in the movie, it was like
non-existent. Yeah, it doesn't even show how they work together.
Yeah, they literally they did not play that up at all. Like it was
even try.
Yeah, but anyways, what's it called? What was I saying?
Well, in the movie, he ends up dying because Nina goes back.
Yeah, and then she accidentally lets him out
because she thinks Millie's the one locked up.
Yeah. And then they kind of have like a tussle.
No, bro, when Sydney Sweeney started punching him.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Okay, I don't like the girl, but when she was fucking punching him, I'm like, okay, there's the fucking ghetto Millie right there.
No, yeah, I was like, God damn, she's straight up like... Yeah.
When she was punching, but no, and then like they fucking throw him off the fucking stairs, and that's how he dies, because he falls, you know? But so that was completely different. Like the whole ending was they deviated from the book. The fucking like I want to say up until maybe like when Millie and Andrew finally are together. I think that's when they completely fucking deviated. Yeah. They completely deviated from the book. It was totally different. So all these people that are like, oh my God, it's exactly like the book. Bitch, where? No. Like the whole ending was totally different. But one of my favorite, okay, back to your question though. My favorite part that wasn't in the book, that was in the movie, dude, when Sydney, as much as I don't like the girl, but when she fucking locks Andrew in the fucking attic, and then she goes, I'm hungry.
Oh yeah.
She's like, when she was hungry. She's like, but first I need a sandwich or some shit. She goes
and makes herself a sandwich.
And then she's like, like fucking eating this fucking sandwich, and like she was like thirsty and shit. I was like, dude, I don't know why that shit just hella had me cracking up.
That was funny.
What about you though?
I think probably when I had already mentioned it, but when she's Sydney, like I said, I don't like her.
Oh, she was punching her.
When she was punching him, I was like, okay, girl,
yeah,
you do that.
Yeah,
you do that.
Or when Nina fucking slaps the fuck out of Millie.
Oh my God, yes, that was a good one. I was like, you deserve that.
Because it's that fucking Millie was like, would you like me to help you pack your bags? And then Nina goes, boom, and fucking just smacks the fuck out of her. And I'm like, yes, bitch, you fucking deserve that, because why are you getting involved with married men?
Exactly.
I mean, him too, like you're fucking married, you know, but
como lo dijo ella, do you want me to help you pack?
Bitch, this is my fucking house, okay? You were invited in.
No, yeah, that was a good part. Another part that threw me off that I wasn't in the book. It's not that it was my favorite scene, but it was just threw me off. The troll, bro. The little troll that Cece got.
What was the point of the troll?
I have no idea. She just said it wasn't very important to her. But the troll was never mentioned in the book.
No. You're right.
Little blue troll.
They could have... So, time was wasted on a fucking troll and a fucking shower scene. They could have used that time to add in some of the other craziness.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole and then the ending when one of the officers was like, "Oh, my daughter was the ex-fiance of Andrew." Well, in the movie, she was like, "Oh, well, the officer it's the sister." Yeah. She was like, "Oh, my sister was never the same after or whatever." Like I was like, "Oh, they kind of like switched it up, which I don't know what the point of that was. Me like I don't understand, but that was different too. What else was different that we were like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, the grocery store scene.
The grocery store scene, yes, because they were like, oh, you're stealing this car, when she was like,
when Nina let her borrow it.
Yeah, but in the actual like in the book, like it was like they were following her around the store because somebody had said that like she was like stealing from the store.
Was shoplifting.
That she was shoplifting, yeah. But also, how about the scene? Okay, this is another part that made no fucking sense to me. Was the day that Millie had to go see her fucking parole officer. So she was trying to head out the house, but then like Andrew was like, "Oh, it's my day off." So he was trying to spend time with Cece. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take her to the park. I'm gonna take her this, whatever, right?" And that same fucking day, like a couple hours later, Nina calls her and was like, "Hey, I need you to pick up Cece from ballet." But in the like first of all, that made no fucking sense because Andrew was off. So why the fuck did you need Millie to go pick her? Like, I don't think they thought that part out in the movie. But in the actual book, it wasn't even like that at all. No. Like, it was Cece, like she randomly, Nina calls Millie and was like, "Hey, go pick up Millie or go pick up Cece from school, not from ballet." Yeah. And not that that's, in such an important part, but like Nina, for example, this is another way that she like, was manipulating Millie, was like, oh, she goes to like Winter Academy. But it wasn't even fucking Winter Academy. It was like some other completely like different name. It was like something totally different. And so she had to go and figure out what fucking school Cece went to. But that was also different. I'm trying to think like what else was different.
There was a couple. What else? I can't remember anything off the top of my head right now. I feel like we mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fucking troll. I still want to know what the point of the troll was.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of the troll was. All right. Let's jump into hot takes and heartaches.
As always, let's start with the bad first, right? Okay. But before we go into the bad, how much did you say you gave it a rating?
I give it a 4.
I gave it from between a 4.5 and a 4.75.
Okay.
So accurate. But Goodreads, people are giving it a 4.28, which is right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. And it has, this book has more than 3 million readings.
That's crazy.
To be more than a 4 with 3 million ratings, that just tells you what kind of book it is.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy too is I just saw this video today where it was like a library and they were asking all the staff like, hey, they're like, what is one of the most checked out books? And everybody was saying, they're like, any one of the Freida McFadden books, especially because of the movie, but like any one of the Freida McFadden books, it's like, especially The Housemaid was like a top hit. Like that's one of their most checked out books. Like I was like, that's crazy.
It's a good book. But side note, I found out that she's a surgeon.
Freida McFadden?
Yes, that's not her real name.
That's just a pen name?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like even when she goes out, it's mostly like in disguise. Like she's not wearing like her natural hair or anything like that. That she like is like a surgeon or something like that. Cool. I don't know if
that is crazy. Yeah. No, you know what? It's crazy that there's actually a lot of people who, they go to school and have these like high esteemed careers and then end up fucking being like writers. Like they for example, like one of my favorite authors, Emily Rath, like she has a fucking doctorate in like political science.
That's crazy.
She's a doctor in political science or some shit like that, and she fucking writes smut. Like she writes romance novels.
Yeah, that to me that's fascinating.
And then also awesome. Like the author of The Love Hypothesis or Love on the Brain. I don't know if you've heard of those.
I heard of The Love Hypothesis. There's a movie coming out, no?
Yes. And also, I think she's having a few movies come out.
Yeah. Freida McFadden is too. They just came out that, not besides this book, a couple of her other books are getting made into
Which
movies.
one?
The Tenant.
The Tenant. I was about to ask you, The Tenant. I haven't read it, but I've heard like...
The Tenant, and then another one is The Teacher.
Okay.
And then was another one too.
But you know what? A lot of fucking like books are being made into movies now.
It's because people are into reading.
Yeah.
Are into books, and now they're like all
And
these big.
especially because
companies.
like romance is like, if you look at like say like book sales, like romance is such a like large percentage of like the revenue that it generates. It's crazy because like everybody's into romance. And so like, because they know that because they make these movies or these like, you know, books are being made into these movies, they already know that people are gonna be like, oh, I have to go watch it. So they know they're gonna rake it in.
Because for me, it's like if I read that book, I don't care if the movie's bad or good.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah. And then pay the money and come to my own conclusion. If
and then I'm gonna go talk shit.
Yes, exactly. I'm still gonna pay money for it. So.
Oh, I didn't even finish telling you though. The fucking author of the Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, she's in STEM.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's like, yeah. And I was like, so all she knows is like fucking collegiate, like fucking research and all that shit.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, if you look at her, like, if you read her books, because I've read The Love Hypothesis, which honestly I thought was a cute book.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like, it was like the characters are like geeky, like they're all about like fucking like their research and their whatever. And like she knows like all these, like she knows how like, you know, scholarly research and all that shit works because that's what she actually does. So she's able to like write, like put that into her books. Like not a lot of other authors are able to pull that off correctly because that's not something that they do, you know, like they would have to do like more research and stuff. So like if you look at her books, like there's a common theme that a lot of her characters are just like really smart people.
I'm gonna have to read it. But right now I'm reading the second book of
anyways, go on with
sorry guys. We went a little bit off page, but okay, so let's start with the bad reviews. Okay, this is people that
1 stars
did not like this. Okay, this book made me so angry. Every character is awful and I hated being inside their heads. I don't care how clever the twist was. This was stressful and not enjoyable. And this is valid take. Valid take if you don't like psychological thrillers. Yeah. And that's true. Like if you don't like that kind of book, this is going to be a stressful book. I already have high anxiety. Did it make my anxiety a little bit more? Maybe, just a tiny bit. You know, a tiny bit before I knew what was actually going to happen. But I enjoyed it. And,
but I'm not going to... I do agree with the commenter on one point. I do think every character is awful.
Oh, yeah.
In their own way, they're all fucking bad characters. Like, not that they were poorly written, but they're just, like, all, like, awful people.
Yeah.
In their own fucking way, they're awful people. Like,
even Cece.
Yeah, I was about to say, even the little girl. Like, they're all fucking awful people.
Yeah, that's so 100% true.
I think probably the one that was, like, you know, the least awful was probably Enzo.
That's what I was going to say, the one that...
And but even then, like, I guess he has, like, a sketchy past, you know, like, he's done some shit, so...
They're all just bad. But another one said, I felt manipulated as a reader and not in a fun way. The plot relies too much on shock value, not enough on logic.
I do agree with that, though, because the whole... I'm hung up on the book situation. That's not realistic. Like, how is that torture? Like, putting fucking books on your stomach? Like,
I guess we're going to have to try it out.
Hey, let's have a little challenge. Let's fucking try it out. And then imagine I'm like, you know what? Fuck that.
I think it could be, especially for a long period of time. Because you, like, it becomes, like, so sore, like, your abdomen.
Yeah.
That it starts hurting a lot.
I don't think it was realistic. Like, how is that really... Like, I wouldn't fuck... If I had to torture somebody, it would not be like that.
No, it wouldn't. But, you know, cada quien. Everybody has their own torture
dude, they should have fucking done the thing they did to Nina when he fucking made her pepper spray herself.
Oh my god, yeah.
He literally made her pepper spray herself. Like, that's, to me, that's crazier than fucking stacking books on.
That was fun. I think he was just kind of going slow with her. Honestly. Let's go to the 3 stars. So, like, the people who, like, you know, it was good. But will I reread it? No. Did it change my life? No. This one's the first review. This was entertaining but unsettling. I can't decide if I loved it or just needed it to know how it ended. You can see that.
Valid.
It's valid, yeah. Fast paced and addictive, but the characters weren't very likable. I finished it quickly, but didn't feel emotionally satisfied. Yeah, I agree with that. That the characters weren't likable. None of them were.
They weren't.
And it was addictive. Definitely. Like,
Yeah, because I really wanted. I'm like, okay, I need to see where this goes, and I need to know why I'm right.
Exactly. Like, I need to prove what I know because I already know what's gonna happen. And this is 5 stars. People who loved it. Okay, I immediately needed to talk to someone about this book. Which is exactly why we made this podcast. So
Yeah.
You see, tune into us. Another one said, I couldn't put this down. I stayed up way too late and finished it in one sitting. The twists were insane and I never saw them coming.
Don't agree.
I think
But it's crazy that some people really didn't see this coming.
like I said, for me, the only reason I didn't give it 5 stars, 5 stars,
because you saw it coming.
yeah, it was predictable.
Yeah.
But was it a good book? Yes. Would I finished it in one sitting if I had the opportunity to? I would have.
Oh.
I would have if
You would have.
Yeah, if I had the opportunity to, and I just read all day and stuff. But
You're like, if I had no fucking responsibilities, I would have read it all day.
Unfortunately,
But capitalism won.
Yes.
Capitalism said no.
Had to report to work.
Okay, so I did, after reading these reviews, okay, I did have some questions for you.
What's up?
Do you read thrillers to be entertained or to be comfortable?
Wait, what?
Do you
Can you
read
repeat that?
Do you read thrillers to be entertained or to be comfortable? Because like people are like, this book made me so angry. Every character's awful. I don't care how clever the plot twist was. It was stressful, not enjoyable.
I think when you read a thriller, because keep in mind, this is my first psychological thriller I read, and not the last, is definitely for entertainment purposes. I don't want this book to make me comfy, cozy. Yes, like, no.
Like, you don't pick up a psychological thriller and be like, I'm going to feel comfortable.
No, that's what you get the comfy romances for. The little cute little rom-com for.
The fucking Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Yes, get that for that. But I don't think you pick up a thriller and be like, oh yeah, like I just want to feel all comfy and shit.
Like you pick up a psychological thriller because you want to fucking elevate your cortisol levels. Like you want to give yourself anxiety.
Exactly.
You want to fucking
add on to that.
Yeah. Like you just want to be like, all right, I already feel like anxiety. Like let's just fucking go all in.
Yeah.
Like you don't fucking be like, let me read this and I'm gonna be okay. Like no.
Like even like for me, like I knew The Housemaid was a thriller, right? A psychological thriller. I didn't expect for me to feel not on edge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I knew I was going to feel on edge and want to keep on reading.
Yeah.
That was the whole purpose of it.
Yeah. It's like you give yourself anxiety on purpose.
Yeah.
Like
I love that.
all right. Is reader manipulation a feature or a flaw?
A feature or a flaw?
Because some people don't like reader manipulation. They're like, I feel lied to.
Why?
People are like, I feel lied to.
But I love, I guess everybody,
Cada quien
y nuestros traumas, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
But I actually like it. I like to be thrown off. Did this book throw me off that much?
No.
It didn't. But I like where it was going, though.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to read more books that actually throw me off.
Yes.
That I'm just like, what in the world just happened? I love that feeling of me not knowing me not being able to predict the outcome.
Yeah. That, me too, because I feel like, again, going back to like pattern recognition, I feel like a lot of times when I watch a movie or like read a book or something, like I'm able to clock it right away. Yeah. I'm like, this is how it's going to play out. This is what's going to happen.
I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to read it.
Yeah. But it's just like, it doesn't like, really satisfy that like I want to be completely wrong. I want to be thrown off. I want to be unfucking stabilized, mentally unstable by the time I finish this. Yeah. Like I said earlier, like I love it when books mentally abuse me because I'd be like, holy fuck, I'm so like, what the fuck?
I want to be like, when I read this book, especially like a thriller, like I want to like finish the book and be like, sit there in silence and be like, what the fuck did I just read?
Yeah.
I want that feeling.
Yes.
So
100%. So I think it's a feature. Like, I don't think it's a flaw. Like, I feel like you just need to fucking read trigger warnings and be like, oh, reader manipulation. No.
I think if you don't like reader manipulation, maybe you shouldn't go for thrillers at all, or
well,
anything in that realm.
Yeah,
I think mystery, nothing of that.
Yeah, because, and honestly, I there's this creator that was talking about how dual point of view has actually ruined romance, because it kind of gives it away. Like, first of all, it kind of already gives it away because you already know who the love interest is going to be. Especially if you're trying to build like a love triangle fucking plot situation. Dual point of view doesn't really fucking work because you already know
that mystery.
It does. Yeah, it takes away the mystery of like, what is the other person thinking? Like, am I actually going to end up with this person? Because when you read the dual point of view or the multiple point of view, you already kind of know they're going to end up together. Like, you already kind of see it coming because like
it's dual point of view.
Yeah, like, you know, like there's got to be like, especially if it's a happily ever after, like you'll know like how it's gonna end up, you know. But like, also, that's not realistic. It, you know, like, I think what the creator was saying is that realistically, like, that's the whole point of like romance. Not the whole point, but like a big part of romance is like not really ever knowing 100% of what the other person is thinking. So when you know, you're reading dual point of view and you know exactly what the other person is thinking, it kind of satisfies that feeling of like why a lot of people, when they're out in the dating world, it's like the not knowing part, you know, like, are they gonna actually be like, you know, faithful to me, or do they actually mean the things that they say, you know, and like all this stuff. And it's just but then again, like, who the fuck reads romance for it being realistic? Like, not very many people. Like, we actually fucking read romance because the fucking men treat us way better than they do in real life. Me talking like I'm fucking single. But it's you know, like that, you know, like these fucking romances like don't actually, like, it's very rare for them to actually play out in real life like that. But like, again, who the fuck is reading these romances for realisticness?
That's the thing about it. Like, if you wanted something realistic, then go out in your dating scene and you do it yourself. You get me? Like, you read these books to like kind of escape, you know, reality for a bit.
Now, do you think that unlikable characters ruin a story or make it more realistic?
I think it makes it more realistic.
I think so too.
I don't want to like everybody. First of all, I don't even like everybody in real life. So why am I gonna? I don't want to also always like them.
Yeah,
in the book.
Exactly. Oh my god, and I love it even more when I fucking hate them, and then they end up having like their own story, and then I'm like, oh my god, I love them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, like
the
that
character like progression, like
or the character development.
There we go.
Yes, because if you guys have read the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas, I fucking hated Damon Torrance. I fucking hated him. I was like, yeah. And then I read Kill Switch, and I was like, he's my favorite fucking character. I fucking like literally loved his story. Loved him. He was like literally written to. I love when authors write characters to be the villain and end up being the most loved.
Yeah.
They end up being the favored character, even though they were written to be the villain.
Yeah.
You know? And so, like, for example, you know, in the LJ Chen, she writes one of the characters to be Tiernan. He ends up being, like, the fucking guy that, like, you know, like, everybody's like, oh, he's a piece of shit, whatever, right? He's such, ends up being like, you're like, whoa, I really like, you know, like, he's a good character.
You see, yeah. I just feel like if you liked everybody in every book that you read, it'd just be so like, eh.
But also, like, sometimes you have to, like, have a fucking character that you hate because you got to be like, fuck that bitch, you know? You got to, like...
And that's what keeps you reading because it's like, fuck that bitch. Let's see what happens to...
Yeah, to that bitch.
So, for me, it's not that important for me to like a character.
Yeah.
I have to like the storyline and the plot and, like, engaging like that. But I think the characters themselves... I'm okay not liking them. Like
all of them. But when they're all fucking horrible, like, could you imagine though? Like, they're all horrible. But even then, this book, they were all kind of like bad. Yeah. And I still liked it.
There's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna pick a side. No, I don't pick anybody. Like, one's a homewrecker, the other one's fucking cuckoo crazy manipulative, and then the other one's fucking evil as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last one. Did the twist elevate the book for you or break the immersion? For some people, it break the immersion. They're like, what the fuck? I was lied to. I was thrown off. But for me, I was like, I feel like the twist, even though I kind of saw it coming, it was just, I feel like it just made the story better.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we would have known that Andrew was a piece of shit from the beginning, like, this book wouldn't have been as successful as it is.
No. And you know what I really enjoyed that, keep in mind, guys, I'm still new to, like, reading and getting into, like, writing a lot. I really liked how they tell Millie's story and then boom, switch Nina's.
Oh my god,
I really like that. Not only in the book, but in the movie.
That actually, you know what? Switch it. That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of the movie that's not in the book. Yeah. How it was chef's kiss, how they fucking they cut it, and it was just like, boom, Nina's point of view, like the way they did it, because like
so flawless, like
it was just magical. The way it came together, the way they did it, the way they executed the point of view change. Beautiful in the movie. I fucking loved it. Like, that was actually that takes the cake for me. That was my favorite part when she's in the car fucking, like, at first it looks like she's screaming, like she's pissed, right? Like she's screaming, crying.
That's how Millie's part ends, right? Yes. Where she's like crying, like where Nina's leaving and she's crying.
Yeah.
And then, boom, switch.
But it didn't even switch right there. Remember, it showed Millie, like, Millie and Andrew getting cozy and like whatever, and then it like boom goes back in time to when the fucking breakup happened or whatever, and she's like crying, but then like her crying just turns like hysterical to like laughing, like evil laugh, like literally like like literally it was like, I was like, damn, this bitch literally is crazy, but like I get it, girl. And then she's like, yes, fuck yes, and then she's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Like literally, that was my favorite part. She's like, let's get the fuck out of here, like I'm free. That was like,
that was a good, like, because I know we had talked about it. We didn't know how they were going to do that switch of point of view. Yeah. And I think they perfected that. Like, that was perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. It was, totally recommend it. Now, okay, let's just wrap this up before, because we're already going to go into our to be continued. We did say this was a longer episode. Yeah. But before we go into to be continued, overall thoughts of the book to movie, like how they created the movie, like what are your final thoughts?
I think if you read the book and you're going to the movie expecting the same thing, don't. Like, it's going to give you a different feeling, but it's still going to be a good one. You get me? Don't expect it to be the same. Don't expect it to be like, oh my God. It's not the same, like, awe impact that the book gave. You get me? But it was still good. And would I watch the movie again? Probably, if it's on, like, whatever. But 100%, for me, the book is always better than the movie. No matter what.
I'm going to challenge you to watch Speak. Because I swear, that's probably...
But that means I have to read the book.
Yeah, but
I have to read the book first, because that's the thing.
The book is, like, not even that long, though. Also, I think the reason why I liked the movie better was because I didn't like the author's writing style.
There we go. Third person point of view?
I don't remember. It was like, I think I was in like elementary or middle school when I read it. Damn. Also, why the fuck was I reading that shit? Yeah. I don't know. I've always liked reading, so. But overall thoughts for me too, like the book was good. The movie was good. The movie was good. It's just, it wasn't the book. And so like, I feel like that part, like the reader in me is going to be like, that's not how it happened. That's wrong. You guys changed the timeline there. Okay, that character didn't fucking say that, didn't do that. It was the other one. Like, they kind of switched some stuff around. Yeah. So the reader in me is gonna be a hater, but the movie was good for entertainment purposes. Yeah. They did work it up. Obviously, they made it more like Hollywood. Like, they worked it up, for more shock value. But it was good. Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was a good movie adaptation. I will say it was a good movie adaptation.
Because there's been some really bad movie adaptations
where they fucking wrecked the story. Yeah. Like Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. Like, I didn't read the book, but just by what you told me,
like, the movie was not the worst,
it wasn't the best. Also, a lot of drama with that movie.
Oh yeah, so sad because Atlas is probably never gonna fucking see his, movie or his book come to become a movie or whatever. Which is the same character. This is the same guy from It Ends With Us. He's Atlas.
Really? Oh,
The Andrew.
Yeah.
He's Atlas in.
Damn. Oh, so he just loves his like
Yeah,
book adaptation movies.
He's about to be the face of romance books turned into movies.
Yeah, exactly.
But what's it called? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, like I think the movie just did not do the book any fucking justice. So, anyways, I'll leave it with that. I do think you guys should watch the movie if but honestly, book is better.
I do think you guys should definitely read the book. I said, the book was so good that for me that got me out of my reading slump. So
yeah,
that says it in itself. And based on the 3 million reviews, getting more than a 4-star rating, that's a lot. That's really good.
So is it worth the hype? I think it is.
I 100% think it's worth the hype.
Yeah, it's one of those books that I think this book is worth the hype.
Yep.
All right, moving on to be continued. And next on Book Size Matters, we're leaving locked doors and psychological warfare behind and heading straight for the open seas. Our next read is Kidnapped by the Pirate by Kira Andrews. Because after all that quiet manipulation, we deserve swords, ships, and feelings that are loud and inconvenient. Expect forced proximity, high stakes tension, morally questionable choices, and men who communicate exclusively through actions and bad decisions. Is it romantic? Absolutely. Is it chaotic? Even more so. We'll see you there. Life jackets are optional. If you like this episode, make sure you leave us a review. It's like foreplay for the algorithm.
You already know.
Only 5 stars. My feelings will be hurt if it's less.
Yeah. Don't do 5 stars. If you really want to hurt her feelings, just hop into her DMs and tell her something.
Yeah.
Don't leave a bad
And be
review.
like, Angel, you fucking suck. Like, why are you doing this? Anyways, and that wraps up this week's tour of red flags, locked doors, and men who smile way too calmly to be trusted. Thank you for hanging out with us on Book Size Matters, where we read the books, clock the behavior, and absolutely judge fictional people with our whole chest. Until next time, keep reading, keep judging, and remember, if your employer is a total nut job, run.
You heard that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.